Hey, you know who spoke today?
Hey, who?
A guy that you think doesn't deserve the money.
Jaguar fans are coming after me on Twitter, too.
Imagine
Jaguar
that.
fans like coming after people. Jaguar fans are prone to come after people.
This guy wrote me like a 3-1 thread, and I was just like, cool.
Dude, let me tell you something.
Like one playoff win.
Let me tell you something. As the host of an NFL draft now 21 years and counting, I will say to anybody that's been in the chair, in the truck, do me a favor. Do not send us to break when the Jaguars are about to go on the clock. Please don't do it, because everybody thinks it's me who's disrespecting the Jaguars, saying when we come back, the Jaguars will get their pick. And it's just, listen, we don't miss picks. We don't ever miss picks. As a matter of fact, when you go to break on a television draft, if we're going to break and ESPN's on the air, they're going to hold the pick till we get back and vice versa. Okay? But what we're not going to give you, because we do have to spend a commercial break paying off bills 3 minutes long, is, and this is the Jaguar fan pushback to me, is like, yeah, but the 3-minute conversation you'd be having with the panel about what the Jaguars have done and what they need, we don't get that. The other teams do. And be careful, Chris. You can't say, hey, people care less about your team. So that's why we don't go to break for the Patriots or the Jets or the Giants, but we'll do it for the Jaguars. That's what the insinuation is. They get very upset, and it's just like my same admonition I give you here is the same one when that one time in the 10-year history of this program, you made the awful mistake of going after cat people. And the Jaguars are a cat. It's like they are cat people of the NFL.
I stand by my
Okay, don't do it. Stop it.
I'm not.
Don't double or triple. Down here.
I missed that one.
Sorry.
Oh, he did that.
That's
And
dangerous.
I'm like, just don't do it. Don't do it.
You're a dog guy. You get it.
I understand that, but I also lived with cats for 3 years. They're wonderful creatures.
Yeah.
The bottom line is the Jaguar fans are cat people. So if you're going after Trevor Lawrence, you're going after the top cat. And if you're saying he's not worth the money.
Except I like him. I just,
I know that, but you're saying he's only won one playoff game, and that one he had to pull out of his orifice and get the Chargers charging to help. I understand that you're saying.
Right. All facts.
And the orifice he created was, is because he played like his head was up one. I get it. I understand.
Thank you.
But, these things happen when quarterbacks play in the NFL playoffs for the first time. It happens. Yeah. Some guys going to the Hall of Fame and didn't win their first playoff game or their first 2 or 3 even. So Trevor Lawrence was born into this league. Let me repeat this for those who think he doesn't deserve it. He was born into this league with Urban Meyer as his head coach. All right? Throw that year out.
Out. We're giving him too much of a pass for that.
No, you're not. You don't need, as a rookie, to deal with 4 weeks in your head coach not flying back with the team and then being caught while he's staying behind doing that stuff.
Urban Meyer wasn't calling plays. He wasn't the OC.
Yeah, but he's the HC.
He's getting too much of a pass for Urban Meyer.
How about him once? Remember that time where he apparently had to go up to Urban Meyer saying, why isn't James Robinson in the game? A rookie quarterback should not have to deal with that sort of stuff.
Urban Meyer's not in charge of who's on the field.
He's the head coach. What are you talking about?
He's a CEO head coach.
I thought that was the.
Oh my God! Let's agree to disagree there. You're going to get a 4-tweet thread now. Okay.
And by the way, Rich, you couldn't skip.
Get out of here.
You couldn't skip the Jags this year because Tony Khan had been viciously assaulted. So you needed.
That's true.
That's true.
You needed to put the camera on him.
And listen, they were 8-3 this year when he got hurt, and you know the way I feel. The market is the market, and you got to make these decisions. Do you pay the guy a market contract or not? Now the issue is, as Tom Pelissero pointed out, they went all the way to Burrow. By that, he meant they didn't just pay him in the market-ish range of Burrow or Herbert. They went ahead and gave him the tippy top of the market dollar amount. They matched Joe Burrow, who's been to a Super Bowl, for crying out loud. So Trevor Lawrence met the media today and was talking about the pressure that will now come with a deal of this magnitude being bestowed upon him, and the expectation level will be there.
I'm not going to add any pressure to myself just based on getting this contract. It doesn't really change what I expect of myself and what the team expects of me. I mean, whether this got done or not, Mr. Khan, Trent, Doug, everyone, all the coaches expect me to play well and like I said, to bring a championship here eventually. So I know that's the end goal, and that's what I'm here for. So now that this is done, it doesn't really change that. But, like I said, maybe from the outside it will a little bit, but not for me. And obviously the way the organization's going and the direction that we're heading on the football side, that makes it obviously a no-brainer for us. Is we're heading in the right direction, and I want to be the quarterback here. I want to bring a championship to Jacksonville. That's my goal, and I really know that we can accomplish that.
Okay, so you know what hasn't changed? First of all, everyone understands this. For the radio audience, his hair is already in mid-season moisturized form, okay? Totally. You'd think maybe his hair might look different.
Any pressure to myself.
You might think that it might be completely different because he's spending things on more expensive hair care products. No, he's still the same guy. That said, I am not concerned that he's going to feel the pressure. I just don't. And by the way, guys, Travis Etienne, Evan Ingram. Remember last year, wasn't MJD saying name a better tight end, receiver, quarterback, running back combination than what the Jaguars have? That was when they had Calvin Ridley, right? And we struggled to come up with it. We said the Chiefs, right? Didn't we say the Chiefs were the one that you could top?
Bengals had a good one. Mixon, Burrow. I know Mixon's.
Yeah, but the tight end you didn't.
Oh, tight end, yeah.
Evan Ingram, though, went a while without scoring a touchdown. Yeah. Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, Christian Kirk, Gabe Davis, Brian Thomas Jr. Look out for that kid. Evan Ingram, though, that's it. That's who they're going to go in with an offensive line that is pretty damn good. Here's the issue. Let's figure out when this game is. Put the Jaguars schedule up. Okay, thank you. I'm not doing the win-loss for them. What I'm saying, though, is first up, right out of the box. Oh my God! Certainly, since we're talking about the contract for Tua, and what's that going to be?
Oh, I already have a what's more likely for that game.
And what's that going to be?
Let me just save that.
And Trevor Lawrence and Tua faced off one time in college. It was a national championship game where Clemson blew the crap out of Alabama, I believe. Didn't we look that up the other day, Hoskins? I think we did. 2019. Man, and does Tua get as much as Trevor? What if Tua doesn't get the contract and Trevor has? Oh my gosh. What a week one game. Who's going to, and if Tua gets the contract, who's going to play up to that contract first? And whoever doesn't will be immediate hot garbage for a week.
Uh-huh. And that'll be the
okay.
Let's focus on Brockman's attack on week one, too.
Yeah. What's more likely? Overreaction Monday. Let's go.
Home for Cleveland. Here comes the Grim Reaper at Buffalo. A nice little, if you will, Gabe Davis homecoming. But the one that I really was interested in, by the way, that's on Monday nighter at Buffalo. Here's the one I was interested in. When are they playing Houston first? Because that's it. That's it. It's Houston's division now. And the expectation level for Houston is way higher than Jacksonville. Way higher. Way higher. Dude, TJ, everybody's believing for sure they have a chance to win the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, I see that.
With all their offseason additions on either side of the ball that they made. Daniil Hunter being added that defense and Stephon Diggs being added that offense.
Yeah.
And if Trevor Lawrence, with his $275 million contract, $55 million per, loses to C.J. Stroud, that'll just ratchet it up even more. 3 out of 4 away from Jacksonville to start. That ain't easy. They're going to London for 2 weeks in a row, as we know.
That's going to help, right?
Well, they play well there.
Especially not having to come home.
Well, and they play back-to-back weeks, and that'll be New England in that position this year, having the disadvantage of flying in just for that game, and Jacksonville already been there for a week. Buffalo learned last year that is a disadvantage, I believe. having called these games, seeing firsthand. I'm just pointing out that there's a ton of traps in terms of week 8. There's Jordan Love. Week 9, there's Jalen Hurts. Week 11, there's Jared Goff, another guy that I think you believe, Chris, isn't worth the $50 million, but that is market value. That's it. And so the first 12 weeks is filled with traps of folks saying, well, are you worth it or not? And Trevor Lawrence is going to have to play better than a lot of quarterbacks. But the one that I'm pointing out, week 4, there it is. C.J. Stroud, because you know how I think C.J. Stroud is going to be. If I had to guess right now, the first $60 million a year quarterback, that's the one. That's the one. So they're going to have to, that's it.
They have a hard schedule.
Well, everybody does, I think. But I'm just pointing out that you could see the traps of how the comparisons between Lawrence and these other quarterbacks are, and he's paid better than a lot of these other guys, and is he worth it or not? That said, I look at that kid and think, really, is he going to feel pressure? Is he going to put it on himself? Is Doug Peterson going to be that grip artist that will make it worse? Like, say, maybe his rookie head coach? You're going to talk about a grip artist. I don't think so.
He was a space cadet.
I don't think so. Oh, he was a gripper, man. Get out of here. He would grip. You speak to any. Listen, I've spoken to people around that staff and in that building and what it was like. Seriously, Trevor Lawrence deserves like a mulligan.
But then he was gone. So what happened the rest of the year?
He was okay.
He gets too much of a pass for that first year. That's all I'm saying.
And I say you're beyond the pale wrong. You're not even in the remote area of right.
Could you describe what you mean by gripper?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Like just gripping, like just intense, like making everybody around him more tensed up.
Okay.
There's nothing loose about it. Okay. Making people, show their resume about why they should be on his staff, all that sort of stuff that wouldn't work in whatever. Yeah. That said, it's a different time. I think the guy's, at least, I think he seems ready. He'll be ready for the moment. Whether the team is another question. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.